Hello, my name is Navneet Kaur and I'm the student of PIA College. Today I'm doing my presentation of leadership ethic and the advocacy. Let's start with the introduction. During this unit, I frequently revisit questions about the concept of what I means to lead in early childhood setting. My understanding of leadership was very limited at the start of the term, as I typically envisaged leadership as a position held by individuals in official roles. Throughout the week, I observe the transformation is merely summarizing what I read to be more critical against with the readings. Initially, posts were more descriptive. These were critical learning experiences in the unit. My initial thought revealed that I hesitated, especially when I was not put in mind of the needs to bring forward leadership ideas during group activities. Looking back through my Moodle post, I started to find things that I thought were literally improvements at the time. Yet, as I looked back, I realized there was something. The most significant lessons I have learned during the unit are the realizations that having uncertainty, the challenges is not a sign of failure but an opportunity to have a proper reflection. Reflecting on my original assumptions, I can trace how restricted I was in my option, and I was also more likely to equate leadership with positional power. Was not confident of how a person without a formal position to hold could be leader. My cognitive growth has really changed as I exposed to more readings, discussion, and weekly conceptualization. Theories like a distribution leadership made me realize the contribution of intersection and joint action to the creation of leadership and not for only for formal authority. Going through my first impressions again, I have found that I thought were surprised to the primitive concept of authority and responsibility. My post reflection impression through reveal that I become more comfortable with living in a doubt and I am open to challenging my belief. It enabled me to reflect upon my learning experience, which allowed to me identify several areas where I would like to become a more developed leader. One of my acceptance that has remained confusing to me in ethical decision making, and I intended to embrace the use of reflective questioning and value mapping to help me think. Another aspect of the development further is communication, especially there might be tension due to diversion of opinions. I would like to more deliberate with listening, clear and confident in responding. It is apparent to me that as I proceed to professional practice, I can apply the leadership insight that I have acquired throughout this unit. An effective measure is engaging colleagues more deliberately in the progress of planning discussions, known that joint leadership empower decision making interpersonal relationship. I also desire to apply reflective resources, for example, journaling or ethnic framework to aid the consideration of difficult situation. These plan will ensure that I negative complexity more elegantly. Moreover, becoming a better communicators will enable me to more open, active in listening and contribute to the discussion in the team productivity. Improving learning by implementing these strategy will enable a more participatory and ethical learning process. Retropersonally, I can observe how every obstacle learning and conversation led to a major change in my leadership self. My definition of leadership has changed to include leadership as a relationship, reflections, and a shared responsibility as a ops to authority. These experience has also made I realize that I have strength as well as a area I am looking to work on. Finally, I am much more confident going to leadership situation with the open mind, honesty, and the desire to continue learning. The units assisted me in effectively demonstrating how my prior compressions were strictly to structuring activities. Being involved with weekly problem compelled me to evaluate this perspective and consider the relation factors of leadership. These achievements I encountered, even the smallest one, included to me progress occurs eventually via reflection and purposeful practice. Here is some references which belongs to my presentation.